Untitled Child, folks. This is the McLaren 600 LT, the Lawrence Taylor edition. No, it's not. It's the long tail. And that name harkens back to the McLaren F1 GTR. It also comes on the heels of the 675 LT, which is one of the most insane vehicles I've driven, production vehicles. This, believe it or not, is a sports series car, which is the lowest of McLaren's three paths you can take. Ultimate series is stuff like the P1 and the Senna. In the Super Series, you have vehicles like the 720, the 675 LT, used to be the 650. This is the realm of the 570S, the 570 GT, the grand tourers of the group. This is full-on sports car, though. Track car, assassin. Grab a paddle and fucking go. This starts as a 570. It adds nearly 2 inches in the back and just over an inch in the front. It reduces weight, it adds power. It's the same twin-turbo 3.8 liter V8 engine and a 7-speed dual-clutch paddle-shiftable gearbox. However, it's now making 592 horsepower. It's making more noise too, thanks to that absolutely goddamn glorious top mount exhaust that shaves 28 pounds over the exhaust found on the lesser 570. Inside, it's all business too. These are fixed back seats that are good for short stints and track use and not great on long road trips, as I found out when I drove this recently all the way out to the Honda Proving Grounds and back. It was fun. I was happy to be in a McLaren, but my back was like, all right, bro, we should have taken your old ass Mercedes. So what is this all about then? It is about a limited production, top of the line sports series that takes things from other members of the hierarchy in McLaren. The brake calipers are from a 720S and they clamp down on standard carbon ceramic rotors. There's a few other bits from the 720S as well, but this does not have the this does not have the Pro chassis control, the hydraulic bit that balances at each corner. This has regular steel springs and electronically controlled dampers. But it is an absolute maniac out on the road. I appreciate that it's louder. And it's right there behind your head, and it sounds awesome. It sounds wonderful. It is just fantastic. It's as hard to beat what McLaren is doing in this space. This car starts at around $240,000 and it borrows bits from much more expensive cars. You can actually option this with the seats from the Senna if you want to save the most money, but those are $6,000 extra. Now, granted, I said this starts at $240. This one is about $310, so why not throw those seats in here? This doesn't have them, but it does have just a gaggle of carbon fiber on the outside. I love the bit over the front fenders. That piece looks cool. There's carbon fiber on the inside, carbon fiber on the back, carbon fiber on the front and rear fascias. It is fantastic. There is not visible carbon fiber on that rear spoiler, but it is thermally coated to protect the center section from getting boiled by the exhaust. That's thinking. That is thinking ahead. Chrysler probably would have been like, just melt the damn thing. Those idiots will love it. We'll paint it yellow and they'll keep it on and it'll be great. This car is wildly fast. It handles fantastically well, and the race car and the brakes remind you of a race car because you actually have to use them. They won't fade on you, they won't quit on you, but you have to put your foot into it to slow this thing down. There's that initial nothing, and then you step on it and whoop, you're eating this for lunch. It has the carbon fiber monocoque. It has all of these stuff that McLaren has learned from building all of the various rungs of its vehicles. This is probably the culmination of what the Sports Series is capable of for now, and that is fantastic because this is awesome. I've read that on certain tracks this is just as fast as a 720 or 675 LT, and that doesn't make sense to me because those are two of the fastest cars I've ever driven. The 675 LT was an absolute wild animal, and then the 720 was mind-bending because it was as fast or faster than the L675 and comfortable. That car, the 720, is just doesn't even make sense. But here we have this, and it is good, It is great. I'm in love with it. Even with these ridiculous seats, and I do fit at 6'3", 215, 220, depending on how much beer I've had that week. But oh boy, McLaren has crushed it with the LT. I'd love to see the Spider version, but if it's my money, and it is not because I cannot afford this, I'm definitely taking the coupe. We need more cars with exhaust like that.